She look like a Leah. That's how I treat her.
What's good, Nick's Click, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about a topic that somebody left on one of my YouTube comments. I asked you guys what did you want to hear me talk about on my channel, and then somebody said that they wanted to hear me talk about unsupportive and competitive friends when it comes to business. And I thought that was a really good topic because that shit is real. I've been in many situations like that before. If you've ever probably started a business or, you know, tried to do something, venture off and try to do something for yourself, you probably have had friends that have been like that, or kind of like gave you the cold shoulder when it came to you starting your business, but they support everybody else. That should not take away from what you're doing with your business. Sally doesn't want to support you, and Sally says she is your road dog. Sally's not your road dog, okay? Clearly Sally isn't supporting the way you want her to support, and that is another means of communication as well, because we do have a lot of friends sometimes that they support us, but they don't support us how we think they should support us. Like, if you have a business and you have somebody that's supposed to be your best friend but never post about your business, and I know y'all see them post that always say it's free to support somebody's business, because it is. If you have social media, it's free. Even if you don't have social media, you have a mouth. With word to mouth, it is free. You can support somebody's business without paying a damn dime. If somebody says that they are your friend and is really closely connected to you, whatever it may be, and they've never went out of their way to support your business or post you, I shouldn't say that's not your friend. I should say that you should get over it, that they don't support you the way you want them to support you. And that's fine. Like I said, that should not stop your show. Start to peep that somebody isn't supporting you the way they should be supporting you, then have a conversation like, hey, like, you see me out here hustling, you see me out here doing what I gotta do, and you're supposed to be my best friend or somebody really close to me, or friend, whatever, but I don't see you really supporting me like you do all these other people. The thing about that is it is very triggering to see somebody that you are friends with, especially on social media, like they're liking all the celebrity pictures and always underneath the comments and always posting the celebrities and the popping people, but then when it comes to your business or what you're doing, or whatever venture you're in, there's like no type of support. It's very see-through, sis. Like, it's very, very see-through. So, like I said, if you feel like you have a friend that isn't supporting you like you want them to support you, then have that conversation with them. And if they feel like you're being salty, or like, oh, you're tripping, and yada yada yada, then try to take a step back from the situation. Like, my thing is, a lot of people put a lot of energy into people that don't support them when you shouldn't. Period. You should not be putting that much energy into somebody that is not supporting what you're doing. And like I said, if that's a friend, take a step back. Have the conversation. If you have a conversation, they say you're tripping and you've been peeping, take the step back. That's all you have to do. Like, it's not even a, oh, I'm gonna cut you off issue. There are friends that don't really support how they should. You know what I mean? And I used to be one of those people that, not saying I didn't support other people, but I was a very lazy supporter. And I can honestly say that, like, I would never post people's stuff, but like, I would like it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really fuck with what they're doing, but I don't know, I was just like a lazy supporter, and I had to get out of doing that, because it's like, if I want somebody to support me, I have to support them as well. It works both ways. Those are those type of friends. But then you have type of friends that are very competitive when it comes to something that you want to do. Like, if it's like, oh, you're gonna start a makeup business, and then all of a sudden your friend's like, yeah, I think I want to sell makeup, and you're kind of like, okay, but you've never done makeup a day in your life type shit, then you're gonna be looking like, sis, like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very weird, it's very awkward, on females that, we gotta support each other, which is true. We do have to support each other, but what we don't have to support is the bullshit and the shit that you can see right through. And I am one of those people that can really see through a lot of shit that people do, and I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Like, a lot of stuff that I see people do sometimes can be very copycatish, and not in like as far as like what somebody's wearing, but as far as like their energy and trying to be something that they're not. Like I can really pick up on those vibes very well. So I know when somebody is trying to do something out of good spirits, and I know when somebody is trying to do something out of competitiveness, and that shit is not cool. And like I said, yes, we need to be supporting all of the sisters, okay, but at the same time we do not need to be supporting bullshit, and that is the shit that you can clearly see through. If you're a real friend and you have a friend that is starting a business and they're starting a, I don't know, a purse business, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh well, I want to sell pocketbooks too. That's not how you come up. We always gonna have a downfall when it comes to that shit, because it don't work. My thing is, when you work as a team with people, you get so much more out of working as a team with other people than trying to compete with somebody because you see them doing something for themselves. Like that shit is lame as hell to me. And what I mean by that is, if you're good at photography and you have a friend that is selling a product, take her product pictures for her website, sis. Don't go out of your way to try to make a new business to try to compete with what she's doing. She's already very new and starting out. You have to know when somebody is like genuinely like wanting to do something because that's what they want to do, and like they're doing something to try to compete with you. Because I can tell, like, if you've always been into cars and then I start a makeup line and all of a sudden you start a makeup line too, I'm really gonna look at you, and you're supposed to be my best friend. I'm gonna look at you crazy and be like, what are we doing, sis? Like, you've never been into makeup. And that's how the weird tension starts, and that's how all the bullshit gets built up. Think that it's wrong to be friends with somebody that does the same shit as you. That's not what I'm saying. Because when I was selling hair, I was really good friends with people that was selling the exact same shit as me, even as accessories, even clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are YouTubers that are friends that do the same shit. They talk about the same topics. They do beauty, they do hair, they do fashion. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that you can't, it's not a thing to be friends with somebody that's doing the same shit as you. That's a lie. My thing is, you should not be going out of your way to compete with your friend. Like, it's weird. People are on weird shit, okay? And y'all just have to start taking shit for what it is. But you honestly have to start really evaluating, honestly, you have to start evaluating your friendships and just being like, okay, this person has supported me, this person doesn't really support me, but it doesn't mean that you can't be friends if they don't support you. You just know where you stand when it comes to business. Like, it just is what it is. Now, those are two types of friends: the one that doesn't support, and then the one that's in competition. And then you have, you know, friends in business where they support, but they only support when you start doing well. But the people that support you only when you start doing good are lame as hell too. Y'all need to be very aware of who supported you when you first started and who's supporting you when you start doing good. Because I know for a fact, when I first started doing YouTube, wasn't nobody paying attention to me on YouTube. Wasn't nobody reposting my videos. Wasn't nobody leaving comments on my videos. Like, especially the people that I was friends with. I take that back. Maybe a couple of people that I was friends with, because I have a couple of girls, especially back in the Bay Area, that like, anything I do, bitch, I could sell crayons and they would buy it. I could make YouTube videos about fucking lollipops and they would watch it and leave comments. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've had a couple of very, very, very supportive friends. But when I first started out, it wasn't a lot of people on my YouTube videos, in my comments, you know what I'm saying, like pushing me to go harder. Like, I had to do that shit for myself. But once you get to a certain level and you start seeing people kind of like gravitate to what you're doing, it gives you a different eye, because it's like, oh, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of see the path and what's going on here. Like, you kind of mess with me because you think, you know, I have some type of pull on the internet, or like whether it be YouTube or Instagram or whatever the case may be. Like, you know who mess with you and who don't. Like, it's very apparent, y'all. I don't want y'all to be naive when it comes to like this internet shit, because it really is, it's a clout man's game. And I say that with like full intent, because it is. People will not fuck with you unless you have some type of pull or some type of clout. Even with social media and even with business, when your business starts to get popping, like, yeah, you're gonna see people come out the woodworks that are like, oh my god, like, I'm supporting you, and like, da 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 da. You know they ain't been supporting you. It's okay. Like I said, sweep it underneath the rug. Like, it's business. In business, you cannot let your emotions like kind of decipher how you move. When you get bigger, it's gonna get worse. People that don't support what you're doing, you have to push them to the side, and it just is what it is. Not saying that you don't have to not be friends with them, because you can be friends with somebody that doesn't really support your business, because maybe they genuinely don't like what you're selling, or maybe they genuinely like, you know how people like start rapping and doing music, and then people are like, it's not really that good, but that's my friend. Like, regardless if that's your friend, yeah, you should be supporting them. But people deep down inside, like on the other end, people know whether they really fuck with you and your product or not. Whether they're your friend or not, they have it made up in their mind that they fuck with you or your product. So like I said, dump that shit. Like, it's whatever. Once you get deep into your business, either, you know, your business or YouTube, you're going to start to see the shit that goes on within starting a business and trying to get support from your friends and nobody's supporting. But then once you get popping, like, everybody's kind of like, I've been here, I've been fucking with you, woo woo woo. Like, no you wasn't. Stop. It's true. Like, there are friends out there that want to see you do very well, but then when you're coming up on their ass, then it's kind of like, oh, I kind of want to keep you where you're at type shit. And that's just not cool either. Like, y'all got to start stepping up to the plate and actually helping build teams. Like, all this single man shit is out. That was my little rant for today. I'm over it. I'm done talking about it. It is what it is. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me at @TheRealNikkiNeal. I'll leave everything in the description below. Also, if you have not subscribed to the next click, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Now you know who I am. You see what I do. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'll let you later.